So I've been trying to figure out what in the world this channel should be about, and it's really been bothering me. It seems like every idea I come up with leads to some sort of clickbaity trick them into watching cringe fest of me trying to act like I'm some sort of big time YouTuber who is worthy of your precious viewing minutes. Can I just stop for a second and say I'm not worthy? I wish I could show you some expensive lifestyle or some kind of amazing, mind-blowing, record-shattering skill, but the truth is, I can't really provide any of that. Oh, you're still here? Okay, well the truth is, I'm kind of sick of life at the moment, and I don't mean that in a I'm depressed, woe is me, I'm a loser, please have pity on me kind of way. It's more this idea that it seems so tough to make any progress these days without selling your soul to something or someone that you don't care about or truly believe in. The way my parents always spun it was that you weren't really ever meant to love your job. It was a way to make money just so you could afford a life and the things that would truly make you happy. The problem with that idea is that my parents were saying this out of their own experience, in which my father held the same job for 35 years, my mother was able to quit working to have some children, and they bought our 3-bedroom split-level house in a suburb of a major city for $38,000. I can't even believe that. Meanwhile, I've had 8 or 9 jobs since I graduated college. I've moved across the country twice, I've been laid off several times, and a 3-bedroom house in the area where I live could easily cost $500,000. Now, I'm not trying to play the victim here because I've made choices throughout my life that have led me down a certain path, so I'm not trying to act like the world is against me or something. I took a shot for a particular career, and I've succeeded in some ways and failed in others in that, which is fine. But this discussion isn't really about money though anyway. It's about a quality of life that comes with working hard towards achieving something that you're really proud of. Don't get me wrong, I've achieved some things in my life, but I think one of the reasons I always come back to games is because in a game, I don't just achieve something, I'm part of something much bigger than myself. Yes, in real life I can work a job and earn my rent money for the month, and honestly, that's something to be proud of. There are a lot of people out there that haven't even gotten that far yet. But in a game, I'm slaying a dragon, I'm saving the world, I'm surviving a disaster, I'm winning a war, I'm leading others to victory. What do you do when you feel like that's what you were meant for in life, and not to just sit in some cubicle and rot away making spreadsheets for people until you one day wake up when you're 40 and wonder what happened? I think we tend to play a part in life. We create this character that we think we should be or something we think others want us to be, and then we get upset and surprised when that doesn't fulfill us. There's this great Bill Gates quote where he says that when you first become a millionaire, there's a certain freedom that comes along with that. But when you get much beyond that, it's the same hamburger. In other words, obviously you may be a little less stressed when you can finally afford some of the basic things in life, but the best things in life don't come with a big price tag. Real joy doesn't come from buying stuff or being richer than other people. It comes from connecting to people. It comes from having an awesome cheeseburger with friends. It comes from putting others first and sacrificing a little bit so someone else can be happy. Another quote I really liked is from Jim Carrey, who said, "Depression is your body saying, I don't want to be this character anymore." Jim was talking about this person and lifestyle he was building in the first half of his life, where he thought if he could appear to have no worries and no cares in the world, then maybe other people could feel the same way as well when they saw him perform. But it took a toll on him in the end because he was trying so hard to be someone he wasn't inside. Psychotherapist Cron wrote a great book called The Road Back to You, in which he writes, "Human beings are wired for survival. As little kids, we instinctively place a mask called personality over parts of our authentic self to protect us from harm and make our way in the world." He then goes on to say, over time, our adaptive strategies become increasingly complex. They get triggered so predictably, so often, and so automatically that we can't tell where they end and our true nature begins. Ironically, the term personality is derived from the Greek word for mask. So many people go through life feeling like this, right? Like they have something to prove or they have to live up to some non-existent standard. No one even tells them, hey, I'll only like you if you are this successful. But we hold ourselves to this standard anyway because it's what we see on television and on the internet and on social media. Trust me, all it takes is a single episode of House Hunters for me to feel like I too should be able to buy a $2 million home on a private beach in the Caribbean. But one thing I know for sure, and that is I'll never enjoy my Caribbean dream home if I have no one to share that experience with. And that's why I think it's so important to share the experiences you have now with people you know and love, as well as total strangers. Alright, anyway, this episode got kind of dark and way deeper than I had planned, but I'll just end by saying this. The main reason I started making gaming videos in the first place was to help people. There are so many ragey, toxic people on the internet, and I've always wanted to provide something positive for people to interact with when it comes to games. So if you're watching this, I want you to know that there are nice people out there. There are people that like games but see you as more than just a level or a score or a KD. So anyway, guys, that's it. I really hope you'll join me in building a better gaming community. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.